Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is Shabi Zain, and I'm coming on to have a discussion with The Chosen. If you find that this message resonates with you in any way, please be sure to like and subscribe and leave a comment below. So, I want to talk to you all about defending the honor of the chosen seed. You may find that as you take this spiritual journey, of course, it's the narrow path, right? So you remove yourself from all of the traditional ways of thinking, believing, how you conduct yourself, how you interact with people. Like you just completely take a totally different path. And as you travel that path, you meet people along the way. Some who are meant to take the journey with you just for a short period of time, some who's meant to take it for a few seasons, and others who's meant to take it with you for the rest of your lifetime, maybe into the next lifetime. But either way, you will encounter people along the way. And as you continue to rise into your divinity, of course, you're projecting a much brighter light. You're becoming a better version of yourself. You're healed, and so people get to see that beautiful nature that you're projecting, and they begin to appreciate it. Matter of fact, some people might even fall in love. Others will be good friends. Others will be your soul tribe family. But one thing that you want to know about the journey as a chosen seed when you're taking the narrow path is that you become so unique that the only way that a person can take that journey with you for a lifetime is if they are willing to defend your honor. They would have to be willing to take the hard hits, the naysayers, those people who are very judgmental. They would have to be willing to face and to stand up against those who don't necessarily agree with them interacting with you or being in a relationship with you or learning from you. They have to be willing to stand in their own position and to defend your honor. And a lot of times you'll find that, especially in the romantic area, you can very well have a strong connection with someone who really genuinely appreciates who you are. They're learning from you, they're growing from you, but they'll hold themselves back from being in a relationship with you because they're not ready to defend your position. They know that they're not going to be able to convince you to take a different path to appease everyone else. Matter of fact, that's what they respect about you. That's what they admire about you. So they're not going to try to convince you to do that. As a matter of fact, they know if they do that, you'll likely walk away from them. But the question then becomes, is that person ready to face their family, to face their friends, to genuinely allow your relationship to be transparent in the presence of the people that they love? Or would they shrink and try and hide your connection off the strength that they're not ready to let the world see who they are becoming, and who they have come to love? Not everyone is ready for the narrow path. I mean, it takes people with a really tough skin to take the narrow path because there's so much to it, okay? You're talking about a society, a world where they have given you the description of what the perfect partner looks like. You can pretty much anticipate what society or your family or your friends will accept versus what they'll reject, because the majority are sheeple, sleeple, zombies, robots, walking around under the influence of someone else's beliefs and conditioning, but they have no understanding of their own beliefs. So when they encounter someone like you, the first thing they're going to want to do is reject you. They're going to want to say that you are evil, that you practice evil, you believe in evil, and that you don't believe in the Most High, and that you worship the devil, and all of these different things. And so you yourself understand what it's like to be surrounded by sheeple. You understand what it's like to defend your position. You understand what it's like to get to that point where you don't care to defend your position. And as you continue to travel the spiritual journey and you grow and you rise into your divinity, you really could care less about what people think, because that's all it is. It's their thoughts. It's their beliefs. And it has nothing to do with you or your connection to the Most High. But when you come to that place in your journey where you're talking about divine partnerships, unions, that's where things can get a little murky. And you'll learn who's supposed to be your divine partner and who's only supposed to take the journey with you for a short period, depending on when you get to that place in your relationship where things are becoming more serious. Do they begin to shrink back? Do they begin to become apprehensive and start to question the connection? Off the strength now that they are fearful of what others may think when it's time to let the world know who they love and who you are. That is the big tester, and that lets you know if that person in fact is your divine partner or if they're only in your life for a short period of time. But just know that if a person is not willing to defend your honor, especially when they know you, they know the core of who you are, they know your heart, they know that you love the Most High. They know that everything you do is from a space of compassion and empathy. But they also know that there will be naysayers, people who just don't understand because they've yet to learn. They're unlearned. If they choose to reject you over the unlearned opinions of others, then they don't deserve to be with you. Especially because they understand that the opinions of those people that they love is based on falsehood. So if falsehood and opinions that are based on conditioning overrides who they know you are on a genuine level, then that means that person has not grown. They still have emotional codependency. They still have fears. They still have lack mentality. They still have yet to balance out their masculine energy where they're setting healthy boundaries and laying their own foundation. They still have a strong cord attachment to people who rule their life based on their own fears. So they let other people's fears determine their destiny, even though they themselves have been in your energy. They know you. This person knows you and they honor you, but they might not honor you enough to defend your honor in the presence of naysayers. And so this is where the line gets drawn. And you have to be okay with accepting the fact that you will encounter quite a few people that will come into your life and it will be a beautiful connection. But the moment it's time to get serious and let the world know, announce to the world how beautiful the connection is, you will know the truth about who that person is and how much more work they have to do. And at that point, you want to be okay with releasing that person and continuing down your path until you come into union with your true person. That's going to be a strong lesson for that person that you have to release, because then it's going to make them look at themselves and say, what? Am I really okay with being left behind with the sheeple? Does that mean that I go back and become a zombie and I go and find a partner who's now in alignment with the approval of sheeple and spend the rest of your life living a lie? Or do they go through the transformation, heal, break free from those anchors, and catch up with you before you get to your divine partner? But either way, regardless of how it plays out, you have to be okay with saying, I see it, I get it, I know my value, so I proceed forward. This journey is not for the weak. It takes true commitment and perseverance to stay on this path and to not get derailed. Sometimes the love for other people and the need for their approval will completely derail your destiny if you don't allow yourself to heal from needing the approval of others. And there's many, many people who would much rather say, well, I still have all of my family in spite of the fact that they're still asleep, in spite of the fact that they're in karmic energy and they're on these repeat cycles where they're unhappy. I need to stay in their energy. I need to know that they're around me. I need to know that they love me, rather than taking the narrow path with one other person who loves you, but loves you for who you're becoming, not who you used to be. Taking a spiritual journey with someone who loves you for who you are becoming, which is the best version of yourself, but not loving you for who you used to be, which was likely the worst version of yourself. Karmics love you for who you used to be when you was in your low vibrational energy. Chosen, those who are on the narrow path and who are committed to becoming the best versions of themselves, love you for who you are becoming and who you have the potential to become as you continue to rise into your divinity. And so there's sacrifices that naturally have to be made when you're on this journey. If you truly want to be with your divine partner, are you ready to stand up against the naysayers and say, yes, I love that person. Yes, they are a spiritual teacher. Yes, they work with tarot. Yes, they, talk about the chakras and they believe that the Most High is both mother and father. Yes, that person does not believe in the European Jesus. Yes, though that person, they don't go to church. Yes, that person XYZ. Are you ready to let the world see who you are authentically and to stand in your position knowing that you understand the true nature of that person? And regardless of the naysayers saying, well, hey, that person is a witch, that person is a warlock, that person is evil, this, that, and the third, you shut it down right away and you defend the honor of the person that you love. Why? Because you've already transformed enough, you've grown enough, you gained enough wisdom to understand that they are still unlearned. So just know there's different phases to this journey. There's different, seasons that you'll go through. And it doesn't mean that it's a bad thing. That's why that whole rejection is for your protection is something that you want to keep at the forefront of your mind, because you might come to a place where you have to reject others, and you come to a place where you have to be okay with others rejecting you. But when you don't look at it from the surface and you see it through your spiritual eyes, then you begin to accept why that person is no longer a part of your path or your journey. So I hope this message finds you well and that you received it. If you find that it resonates with you, of course, like and subscribe. Email me if you want a private reading to dive deeper into your spiritual journey, to see where you are currently, where you're headed, what you need to do to rise into your divinity even more, what you need to clear, what fears, whatever it is. Email me. That'll be in the description box. I love you all, and I'll talk to you all next time.